The North Cascades are 19th National Park, the last one up here in Washington for us to see, and I'm really excited about this one. I love this life with you. So far down there.
All right, guys, we are out on another weekend adventure, and it's going to be a fun one because we are at the North Cascades National Park.
And driving Highway 20 on the way here has been gorgeous.
It is beautiful. You follow this amazing river that the color is like this light turquoise.
I wasn't expecting the river to be that color. I knew the lakes were that color, but the river is too, so it's beautiful along the way.
Yeah, we're here at the Visitor Center, and it does look pretty busy. It seems like all the national parks during the summer are really hopping. So we'll go wade through the crowds a little bit and kind of learn a little bit more about the park, get our sticker for our Yeti, and then head down to Diablo Lake to do a hiking trail there.
So we're just walking along a little path to Gorge Lake Overlook, and Gorge Lake is actually Skagit River, but when they put in the dam, it dammed it up and created the lake. So this is our first little stop to see the overlook, and the color of the water is mind-blowing.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. You almost can't believe it, like how it's capturing on the camera, and we took pictures of it and loaded it up on our Instagram, and it probably looks like we just did a lot of post-editing. We did not.
No, it's crazy. And we haven't found out yet on like an informational plaque why it's that color. Sure, it's something to do with the minerals and all the rocks and the glacier melt, but it's beautiful. So we think we're gonna get to see the dam right up here, and then we're gonna continue heading to our next hike.
And if you guys go look at the dam and take the little hike there, be sure to park and walk out onto the bridge to see this amazing waterfall that creates Gorge Creek. We're not sure if it creates Gorge Creek, but the bridge goes over Gorge Creek, and there's this amazing waterfall.
So far down there.
No, that was amazing. The waterfall is spectacular. It was hard to capture it on the camera, but there was like different levels, so much water pouring out, and then on the other side of the bridge, it was entering into that really nice blue kind of reservoir part where the dam is backing it up. This highway is amazing, even if you just drive Highway 20 and don't do any hikes, which it's just spectacular, but we definitely suggest trying to pull off and do some hikes. We just got to Diablo Lake Overlook, and we're coming up on some amazing views.
To do a trail right by Diablo Lake. It would take us down to the North Cascades Environmental Learning Center, but the road was restricted to only people with authorized access. So I think we're going to go to Ross Dam, and we should be able to walk along the same trail that will take us along the river. For like a split second, and then it like freezes your foot off.
We've seen a lot of backpackers using this trail, so it probably connects to some other trails where you can go into the North Cascades backcountry and do some backpack camping. So we probably look a little ridiculous on this trail with our big camera, microphone, and like a little bitty backpack. We just made it to Ross Dam and a great little overlook. We can keep following the trail, go down a road that actually leads to a boat ramp, but then actually go across the dam to the other side. Again, really cool how the steep hills are just falling right into the water, and the water is super blue. So after checking out the dam, we're actually traveling down the road, so continuing hiking down the road to get to the point where the Diablo Lake trail actually ends. Like we told you guys, we were going to try to do the Diablo Lake trail, but they had that closed, but that trail actually leads all the way up here to the dam. And so we're going to go there and check it out because there's some way you can get across the river, so it might be a cool little place to hang around at. We made it to the bridge and Diablo Lake Trail. It's a suspension bridge. We are familiar with these type of bridges. They're all sketchy. But we got to walk across the bridge and see the beautiful river and see the end of Diablo Lake Trail. We won't go any further though because we know we have a long hike back, all uphill. So we're gonna put the camera away in the backpack so we have a little more arm swing so we can make it up this big hill.
Woo! I sure wish somebody could just give us a ride.
I know, I wish we could drive our cars down here. But I guess this road's for the power plant and for workers in the power plant. Once we make it back to the car in probably like 5 hours, we'll then go look for probably our camp spot for tonight. We have somewhere picked out on the map, but you never truly know free camping until you show up at the site.
Yep. So we'll catch you later tonight. If it's light enough, we'll make a little dinner, camp in our tent, and then tomorrow morning Ryan has a hike picked out for us outside of the park on the east side.
It's right on the east side of the park, so we will still be going into the North Cascades.
Cool.
Alrighty, see you then.
Good morning, everybody. We found a camp spot last night on the side of the road.
Yes.
Not our best site. All the campgrounds were full.
As you can tell, it's pretty loud beside the road, but there's just a lot of people out camping now, and so a lot of the campgrounds were full, couldn't really find much free camping, and so you are allowed to camp right here, kind of on these big turnouts on the Highway 20, but not ideal.
Yeah, but we had some neighbors camping, which made us feel a little better. So now we are up making breakfast, and then we're gonna go hit like a 6-mile hike.
Yeah, the Maple Pass Trail. And what's great is that we're only like a mile down the road from the trailhead, so that's one perk of camping.
Yeah. So we got to fuel up, get camp broken down, and then we're gonna get our hiking shoes on.
All right, guys, we are at the trailhead of Maple Pass. There's quite a few people in the parking lot, a very popular trail out here at the North Cascades National Park. We're actually on the outskirts of the park, and then the trail towards the end of it goes right along where the park boundaries are. But we're gonna go hike kind of around this big bowl, and in the middle is Ann Lake. And so we're supposed to get some spectacular views, but there is quite a bit of elevation change. So it might be a tough hike for us.
Make sure to bring your bug spray because the bugs are crazy. And we heard some hikers who did it early this morning come back down, and all of them were like, I'm so itchy. I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah. So another pro tip about this trail that we learned from the All Trails app, and if you don't already have the All Trails app and you're doing a lot of hiking, we highly suggest it because it lets you download the map so you don't have to have internet connection, and then it goes off GPS so you can see where you're at. But what they end up telling you is to do this trail, because it's a loop trail, counterclockwise.
The elevation is much more steady counterclockwise. If you go clockwise, it's very steep. We're choosing the steady climb over the super steep climb.
We're a little slow. We usually let a lot of people pass. It's hard. It's hard to hike and film your trip at the same time, so we take a lot more leisurely strolls.
But I think we enjoy it that way.
Yeah.
We stop and get to enjoy what we're seeing.
Definitely.
Instead of blowing on past.
We are down by the water's edge, and there's a lot of mosquitoes because there's a lot of sitting water kind of back behind us. So we had to re-up our bug spray. But man, the water is so clear and blue, and it's really cool because anywhere you look, 360 views is a steep kind of ridge mountain. Like I said, we're kind of down in this bowl, and that's what creates this Ann Lake. There's even a cute little island out in the middle. Not quite the middle, but in the middle to us.
And we can see little fishies in the
Yeah.
water jumping around.
Yeah, little bitty fish coming up and eating the mosquitoes off the top of the water. But we're gonna eat a little snack before we head off and continue on to our trail. The trail actually leads up and around this bowl, so we'll get to look down at Ann Lake. So it's about a half mile to do this small kind of cutoff to go down to Ann Lake. So then we gotta do a half mile back to get on the main trail to go up and around the bowl. We just passed some people who were carrying like bear targets, like archery targets. Pretty life-size over their shoulder and hiking.
Life size, no.
All right, half of life-size, a small black bear. But two hikers carrying them on their shoulders.
I should have asked him why.
Not sure why, but if you know why, put it down in the comments because I'm interested.
Wow. This is gorgeous. Way better, I would say, from the top because the mosquitoes aren't so bad up here. Oh, it's so beautiful to have a bird's eye view of Ann's Lake.
Miles and miles of the clear blue skies. We drive straight as
We were just down there on the shore. Way down there. It's a little more sunny up here too, so hopping in the lake seems more inviting now that we're way up here. The views are amazing, and you can even see a different lake, a high altitude lake off in the distance. We'll probably hang out here for a little while, eat a little snack,
Yeah.
enjoy the view.
birds flying south. Nothing to see as the day
So the trail continues on along that rim up there, and you walk the ridge the whole way until you start doing some switchbacks down on the other side, connecting the loop. So you probably still have about 1,000 foot of elevation from this point to get to the highest point.
So we made it to the lookout. Now we're on our way back down. We are doing half the trail today. We would love to go all the way around, but our water supply is running a little low. I'm a little tired and limiting. We've really enjoyed the trail so far, and we've had some really beautiful views. And now we're gonna start the 2.5 mile trip downhill.
I'm ready for some shade and some food after this.
What kind of food?
Probably some horrible food for us, some fast food. Yeah.
Go into more detail.
Yeah. French fries.
Oh.
Burgers.
Oh.
Definitely a road soda.
What else?
Can't forget that. And maybe a McFlurry to wash it down.
Baby, you're talking my language.
Oh yeah. We made it to Mickey D's. Don't judge us too hard. But you might want to judge us a little bit because we also got these.
And this.
But a perfect way to end a really great weekend at the North Cascades National Park. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. Other than that, until next time, see ya.
Yeah. It took us an hour and a half to get to food. We've been thinking about food since we were walking up the mountain. We hiked 7 miles, and then we drove an hour and a half. And then we just so happened to have the craziest order, and the people at McDonald's really couldn't get it together. It was like our large Coke. They were like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that before.
We were a little hangry.